Some places exist more in myth than reality. Bouvet Island is one of them. Tucked away in the far reaches of the South Atlantic, Bouvet is a name whispered among explorers and dreamers, a place that seems to belong more to legend than to the maps that mark our world. It's the most remote island on Earth, a ghostly speck shrouded in mist and legend. The island is perpetually wrapped in a veil of fog, its icy cliffs rising sharply from the restless sea, as if nature itself is guarding its secrets. To imagine Bouvet is to imagine true, profound solitude. Here, the silence is so deep it almost echoes, broken only by the wind and the distant calls of seabirds. It's a place where the concept of loneliness takes on a new, almost sacred meaning. No towns, no roads, no lights, just the crash of waves and the cries of seabirds. The landscape is raw and untouched, shaped only by the relentless forces of wind and water over countless centuries. For centuries, Bouvet was a rumor, a cartographer's guess, doubted even after its accidental discovery. Early sailors spoke of a phantom island, a place that appeared and vanished in the mists, fueling tales of mystery and adventure. Expeditions came and went, often turned back by brutal weather and treacherous seas. The island's very existence was questioned, its location debated, its shores rarely touched by human feet. Its isolation is extraordinary. The nearest humans are often astronauts, not neighbors. Bouvet sits over 1,000 miles from the closest land, surrounded by an endless expanse of ocean, making it one of the most inaccessible places on the planet. Bouvet is not about conquest or settlement, but about the raw power and indifference of nature. Here, the elements reign supreme, and survival is dictated by the whims of the sea and sky. It stands as a symbol of wilderness, a reminder of Earth before we shaped it. Bouvet is a living relic, a fragment of the world as it once was, untamed, unclaimed, and unspoiled by human hands. Even in our connected world, Bouvet remains a frontier of absolute isolation. Satellites may pass overhead, but on the ground the island is as alone as it has ever been, untouched by the noise and rush of modern life. Its existence challenges us to look beyond our horizons and appreciate the wild, untamed corners of the planet. Bouvet reminds us that there are still places where nature writes the rules, and where mystery endures. The story of Bouvet is a call to wonder, inviting us to marvel at the enduring mystery of the natural world. It's a place that stirs the imagination, a testament to the power of the unknown. Here, solitude is not emptiness, it's a powerful presence. On Bouvet, the silence speaks, and the wildness of the world whispers its ancient secrets to those willing to listen. To truly grasp the isolation of Bouvet Island, imagine tracing your finger south from the tip of Africa on a map, down into the endless blue of the South Atlantic. The further you go, the emptier the ocean becomes, until you reach a place where the world seems to run out of land and life. That nearly invisible dot, barely more than a speck on the map, that's Bouvetoya, one of the most remote islands on Earth, so small and isolated that it's easy to miss even when you know where to look. Bouvet is a volcanic island, its black cliffs and icy slopes battered by relentless winds and waves. It sits alone, surrounded by thousands of kilometers of empty, unforgiving sea, no other land in sight, just the endless churn of the Southern Ocean. The nearest inhabited land, Tristan da Cunha, is over 2,200 kilometers away, a journey across some of the roughest waters on the planet. Antarctica, the next closest continent, lies even farther to the south, separated by a vast expanse of frigid ocean. To the northeast, South Africa is more than 2,500 kilometers away, across seas notorious for their storms and towering waves. Reaching Bouvet means braving some of the harshest conditions the ocean can offer. There are no shipping lanes here, no passing vessels, no destinations beyond. Bouvet is the end of the line, a place so remote that even the most adventurous sailors rarely approach its shores. Geography and weather have conspired to keep Bouvet wild and mysterious. Shrouded in mist, battered by storms, it remains a secret, hidden by distance and the ever-changing moods of the Southern Ocean. Its remoteness has preserved it as a unique natural laboratory, untouched by industry or permanent human settlement. Here, nature reigns, and the landscape remains as it has for millennia. Scientists venture to Bouvet to study its air, ice, and wildlife, seeking clues about global pollution, climate change, and the health of our planet. The island's isolation makes it a perfect place to measure what the world was like before human influence reached even the most distant corners. Bouvet's true value lies in its distance, a pristine sentinel in the southern sea, standing guard over a world that is changing faster than ever before. It serves as a benchmark for our planet's health, a silent witness to changes we can't see elsewhere. By comparing Bouvet's untouched environment to more polluted places, scientists can track the spread of human impact across the globe. In its profound loneliness, Bouvet serves a crucial purpose, reminding us of the value of wild, unspoiled places in a world where such places are vanishing. Its isolation is its greatest asset, making Bouvet not just a speck in the ocean, but a vital reference point for understanding our planet's past, present, and future. Bouvet Island is a fortress, almost entirely covered by a permanent ice cap. Its volcanic heart is hidden beneath glaciers that spill into the sea. From the ocean, you see towering ice cliffs, hundreds of meters high. Landing is nearly impossible. Sheer vertical barriers and relentless southern ocean waves guard the coast. The climate is brutal, perpetually cold, cloudy, and battered by storms. Temperatures rarely rise above freezing, even in summer. The journey there is perilous, through iceberg-filled waters and violent winds. Even if you reach the island, setting foot on land is a rare feat. No harbors, only fleeting rocky beaches. Most landings require helicopters and a rare window of calm. The island resists visitors, using wind, wave, and ice as its shield. This difficulty is why Bouvet remains one of the least visited places on Earth. It is a land that does not welcome visitors easily. Despite the harshness, life thrives on Bouvet's icy fringes. Vast colonies of seals and penguins dominate the few rocky beaches. Elephant and fur seals breed here, safe from predators and human disturbance. Macaroni and chinstrap penguins crowd the lower slopes, perfectly adapted to the cold. Seabirds like fulmars and petrels nest on steep cliffs, returning only to raise their young. All depend on the rich, krill-filled waters of the Southern Ocean. The island offers little but a platform to rest and breed, yet that's enough. Bouvet's isolation is a shield, protecting its wildlife from hunting and pollution. Here, ancient rhythms continue undisturbed. In this frozen sanctuary, life endures because of, not despite, the island's remoteness. Bouvet's human story is brief, a series of fleeting encounters. First sighted in 1739 by Jean-Baptiste Bouvet de Lozier, it was long thought a phantom island. Later explorers struggled to find or land on it, their maps often inaccurate. Norway's 1927 expedition finally mapped it precisely, claiming it as a dependency. Since then, only rare scientific teams have visited, braving the elements for research. Their presence is temporary, respectful, and humble, a reminder that we are only visitors here. Bouvet's human history is a whisper, quickly swallowed by the wild. Why do so few visit Bouvet? The answer is simple: it's nearly impossible. No commercial routes exist, only private ice-class expeditions can attempt the journey. The seas are treacherous, the weather unpredictable, and landings are rare. Many expeditions turn back, defeated by storms and ice. For scientists, the risks are worth the discoveries in climate, geology, and biology. For others, Bouvet offers no comfort, only hardship and awe. Since 1971, Norway has protected Bouvet as a nature reserve. Permits are strictly limited to scientific research, preserving its fragile ecosystem. Its inaccessibility is both a physical barrier and a deliberate act of conservation. Bouvet is meant to remain wild. For most people, Bouvet Island is not a destination you can simply visit. It's a journey that unfolds in the imagination, a place that exists more in dreams and stories than in reality. Imagine yourself aboard a sturdy ship, venturing ever southward, the temperature dropping with every passing mile, the wind growing sharper, and the sea transforming from blue to a forbidding steel gray. Icebergs begin to appear, drifting silently past the hull, each one a silent monument to the cold and isolation of these waters. The world around you feels impossibly vast, empty, and untouched. Then, through a shroud of thick fog, Bouvet emerges, an isolated volcanic fortress, its black cliffs crowned with ancient ice rising abruptly from the endless ocean like a vision from another world. As you draw closer, the distant roar of seals and the raucous calls of penguins echo across the water, growing louder with every wave that brings you nearer to the shore. If fortune favors you, a helicopter might set you down on one of the island's rare rocky beaches, a fleeting moment of contact with a place few humans have ever set foot. The cold is immediate and biting, the air thick with the scent of salt, ice, and the unmistakable presence of wildlife. The cacophony of animal life is overwhelming, a living reminder of nature's raw power. Standing there, you realize you are on the most remote land on Earth, surrounded by nothing but the endless, restless ocean and the wild, unyielding landscape. The sheer scale of Bouvet is humbling. Towering cliffs and glaciers make you feel impossibly small, a fleeting visitor in a world that has existed for millennia, untouched and unchanged. The experience leaves you changed, offering a new perspective on solitude, wilderness, and the enduring power of nature's most remote places. Even if you only visit Bouvet in your imagination, it stands as a powerful reminder of the planet's raw, untamed beauty and the awe-inspiring force of the natural world. This imagined journey inspires a deep sense of awe and respect, not just for Bouvet but for all the wild places that remain beyond our reach. Sometimes, the greatest adventures are those we embark on within our minds, where imagination carries us to the farthest edges of the world, and the spirit of exploration is truly limitless. Bouvet's story connects us all. It's a symbol of the wild world that still exists. In an age of constant exploration, Bouvet reminds us that mystery endures. Its untouched wilderness encourages us to see Earth as a single, interconnected system. The health of Bouvet's ice and wildlife reflects the health of our planet. We must protect not just the places we know but also those we may never see. Cherishing hidden corners like Bouvet is an act of global stewardship. Its fate is intertwined with our own. By valuing these remote places, we strengthen our commitment to the planet. Bouvet's loneliness is its shield, and our awareness is its hope. Bouvet Island's tale is a spark for wonder and curiosity. It speaks to our yearning for adventure and our awe of nature's power. You don't need to travel far to be an explorer. Curiosity is the beginning. Every question about the world connects us to its unfolding story. The more we learn, the more we realize what's at stake. From bustling ecosystems to silent, icy landscapes, every part of Earth matters. Stay curious, share what you discover, and cherish the wonders around you. Let Bouvet's story inspire a lifelong journey of learning and appreciation. The world is full of marvels. Never lose your sense of awe.